sports lovers, and welcome to another episode of Timeout, the show anybody can watch about sports, stats, facts, and everything in between, from a fan point of view. I'm your host, Charlie, so let's go get this ball rolling. Timeout. Let's talk about some sports. Hockey edition. How did I miss that? Well, the Blackhawks ducked and dodged every little thing the Lightning was giving at them with a final victory of 2-1 in Chi-Town, tying the series now 2-2 in game 4. Timeout. Let's talk about this. In the first period, there was a bunch of back and forth cat and mouse kind of game going on against the Blackhawks and the Bolts in the United Center in Chicago, Illinois last night. Things started getting heated up though in the second period, with Blackhawks' own Jonathan Towins finally getting a goal in for the Hawks to start it off right. And then the Lightning came back in the middle of the second period with their ice stud, Alex Killhorn, getting a goal in for the Lightning. But it just wasn't enough, with Blackhawks super stud Brandon Saad skating one in to the Bolts goal to end the game, folks. 2-1, tying the series now 2-2 in game 4. The superstars of the night were definitely the goalies. Goalie Corey Crawford definitely stepped up his game, folks. Gotta give it to him. From the Blackhawks, saving 24 goals, sports lovers. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Especially because the last few minutes of the game, every Lightning was trying to attack Corey, and he just ducked and dodged every single throw that they tried. And also on the other side, I have to give credit where credit is due to the new goalie of the Tampa Bay Lightning, Verminski. With Ben Bishop being injured in Game 3, Verminski really stepped up his game with saving 17 goals. But it just wasn't enough, with the Blackhawks ducking and dodging every shot the Lightning gave at them. Both of these teams came up to this game fired up, amped up, and ready to stop pucking around. With superstars on both teams, and in the first period, kind of a back and forth cat and mouse sort of matchup, with it finally getting started off in the second period, with Blackhawks' own Jonathan Towins getting his goal in, and the Lightning tried to come back with Alex Killhorn, but it just wasn't enough, with the Blackhawks just showing so much more defense and offense, and you gotta give credit to Corey Crawford. I mean, the reason they really won that game was definitely because of Corey. I mean, saving 24 goals, folks, that's unbelievably immensely awesome. Like, round of applause to Corey Crawford. And also, I gotta give it up to Verminski from the Tampa Bay Lightning. That new goalie definitely stepped up his game, especially replacing a stud like Ben Bishop. With saving 17 goals, he definitely stepped up his game. With both of these teams doing a real big ice dance back and forth, and now having the series tied 2-2. Who knows what will happen in Tampa on Saturday? But I'll give you one thing, sports lovers. This fellow timeout lover and sports lover is not going to miss a minute of any of it. What you watching? Okay, fellow sports lovers, here we go! With a make it or break it for the Lightning against the rough and tough Chi-Town Blackhawks, can the Bolts get a win in Tampa? Or will the Blackhawks duck and dodge away from the Lightning and get a victory in Florida? Tune in on NBC at 8 o'clock p.m. for Game five, not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Extra, extra, read all about it, hot off the presses. Well, the Arizona Coyotes might have to start packing their bags. Wah, wah, wah. With their lease coming up and the city of Glendale favoring to keep the arena 5-2, with the Coyotes not having a stadium to play in the 2015-2016 season, they might have to leave the NHL. Unfortunately, very unfortunately. The Coyotes better do something to step it up. Maybe possibly howl at the moon, or maybe Phoenix can pick them up. Who knows? But unfortunately at this time, the Coyotes are definitely looking for a home. In other NHL news, Devin Dubnyk, the goalie for the Wilds, already has tried to put out a number for the Wilds to give him for the 2015-2016 season. With the Wilds already having trouble keeping their first stud goalie, veteran Nicholas Backstrom, who, by the way, has an elbow surgery coming up, and you know what they say, you can't buy an injured player. With Backstrom having 1 year left on his deal with the cap space of just over, ready for this folks, $3.4 million. Not to mention they've got Darcy Kumpner, who also signed for $1.25 million. The 29-year-old Dubnyk might have to get his puck and go somewhere else, because the Wilds just can't afford to keep everyone there in Minnesota. Back in the day. Okay, fellow sports lovers, here's a history lesson for you. Today, June 11th, in 2012, the Los Angeles Kings won their first ever Stanley Cup, beating the New Jersey Devils, those darn Devils, in 6 games. Well, that's my show, fellow sports lovers. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to go ahead and like it, click the like button. If you really like what I'm talking about, don't forget to subscribe. Or you can reach me below the video here, leave me a comment there. Or you can reach me on Facebook at Charles Cowan Timeout, or finally on Twitter at TimeoutNow87. Until next time, Timeout. Let's talk about some sports.